Hello everyone, welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and I'm joined by Patrick Booth and Clay Wood.
Hey guys.
Welcome back. It has been a while, friends. We're recording on February 5th. 2024. It's Pidgeotto's birthday, also known as Nick Madison. So happy birthday to him. And then Clay, you just got back from Florida.
Yeah.
How
find a little sunshine.
I was gonna say, how was the weather, right?
More importantly, how was Mickey Mouse? Because we all know that's the most important reason we go to Florida, right?
I did not see Mickey Mouse. It was Heroclix. And the weather was just like you would expect it to be if you lived in a swamp. Very warm and humid.
Sounds great.
I
like hot weather.
That's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, my family was dying from the humidity when we went to Disney World. I was like, I'm fine. Like, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's lots of pairs of underpants for those sweaty balls. Got it.
It's so interesting having like the warm, humid nights because we just don't get much of that out in California. Like the temperature drops so much. And so it was nice, but yeah, it was really a very, very well organized event. Kudos to like David Newmark, did an awesome job, and it was a grinder, man. It was a lot of Heroclix. I came back with a cold because I was so worn out, but pushed myself as hard as I could. Basically, play until the last minute, and then jumping in an Uber and running to the airport to avoid missing.
Oh, wow.
That's dedication and con crud at the same time.
Yeah.
Dedication and con cred. Oh, my Lord.
Gold star for you. Pure nerd title.
So what were some of the events at Florida that you participated in, sir?
Yeah, let's see. So the first day was an apples and oranges, which was a 2v2 where one player had a 400-point theme format team. And the other person on that team had a 400-point pulp team. And each of the apples played against the apples, the oranges played against the oranges. And then, whoever came away with either the most wins or the most points ended up advancing, taking the win as a team. So now I had a lot of fun with this. My partner was George. We ended up winning the event, which was really exciting.
Bringing back the win for Team Majestix Podcast. Heck yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, George is just a phenomenal player, and so it was really just so great playing with him. I was thrilled that he accepted me as his teammate.
Well, he'd be a fool not to.
Just sounds like he's aged like fine wine rather than milk, like some other podcasters.
We had spent quite a while workshopping our two teams. I think if you look at a lot of the pulp teams, there's a lot of consistency between them. A lot of Blackheart, a lot of Orb, a lot of Necron. I had a few different little things in my team that others didn't have. I had Ms. Marvel. It's probably and nobody else played Lex, which I was really surprised. I don't think I saw anybody else play Lex, but the Necron Lex combo is so good. And I ended up dropping Ms. Marvel in there at the last minute. I was trying to find something good so the way I organized my team was to have kind of 3 groups of 3 and then have Doctor Strange float around. So I had the Orb, Necron, and Blackheart combo with Blackheart moving them around. I had Falcon, Red Widow, and Ms. Marvel as one other group. They all, or Falcon shares a keyword with the other two, so he can carry one and place the other. And then the third group was Manifold, Lex, and the Black Mantagoon, two of which have, Black Mantagoon copies shield, so now we can pump up Blackheart or Necron's range by an additional 2, and so it gave me a really, really big swing. Ms. Marvel was really, nobody expected her, but she's really, really good. And I wouldn't have even thought of her if I hadn't played her in the Majestix event. When I pulled her in the Avengers 3v3.
Nice.
And I played her, and she was like my MVP in that game. I'm like, oh man, I really should play her again. Her rally trait is really great. It's like I killed so many blue marvels because once you start getting rally dice, it's like, sorry, you don't get super senses, you don't get willpower, you don't get. You're killing anything you want with any of your opposing characters, your opponent's D6 rolls, especially
that's crazy
giant, because she sees anybody on the map. She's also really good because if you play her at 35 and you'll scroll down a little bit, you'll notice she has Quake. So she's my bunker buster. People just still don't see that coming, but Quake removes terrain markers. And she's giant, and so she removes a lot of terrain markers.
I think Quake just says within 1 square.
You're right. It is within 1 square. Sorry.
It's good enough, man. It's good enough.
But she still gets markers and Quake, with the close combat expert if she's giant. And so,
so if they bury her, you can just remove the terrain, and then she still can reach them. Like, what's his name? When Quake was still a thing, the old way before they changed it back, like that's what no, never mind, I take it back. But Blackheart with the Necro Sword would do similar things to like Bunker Bust.
Apache Chief, I think, is who you were trying to think of.
No. Sky Tyrant goes all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? Necro Sword, Quake.
Mm-hmm.
Apache Chief does the same thing when he has a giant reach of 6.
Oh, that's right. He can go like full board if you get enough tokens on him. That's crazy.
Yeah. She was really good. The team was great. I didn't win all my games. If there was really one thing that stood out, it was that George and I were just so complimentary between the two of us.
Nice.
I lost a game, he won it. He won a game, I lost the other. And if you think about the format, basically almost everything comes down to the number of points you score.
Yep.
And so it was really important to just take a lot of points. There were a number of people that were playing like defense shells, but they don't work because, if your game goes like 0-0, that means everything falls onto your partner. They have to win, and so if you can score a lot of points, you basically guarantee your team to win.
All right, very cool, very good team. Dude, that's Paul-P, and that's got all the good stuff.
Now, George had a very interesting team. We ended up
playing one long map or 2.
I almost exclusively played Chemical Plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too cool. All right, let's look at Mr. Moss's team.
So
mystical, of course.
We went through a number of different ideas for a theme, and we ended up going mystical.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a really interesting cosmic team. If you look at Phoenix Sentinel, it has an attack power that is like he does a tremendous amount of additional damage to when he hits characters that share a keyword with other characters.
Okay.
But we just couldn't make the rest of Cosmic work really well, and so we ended up going mystical. I would say the standout surprise from the entire tournament is Daredevil. Yeah. Legacy Daredevil is with the traffic barrel is the nastiest thing you could ever imagine.
Yep.
And I think there were a few people that had figured this trick out. George being one of them. And this combo just won games entirely because you punch Daredevil and sure your opponent scores 10 points, but then he becomes immune. And what do you do when he's on plasticity with a traffic barrel, touching everybody on your team? and he's immune.
You hope your opponent is not smart enough to blow up the barrel.
No, but he's holding it.
Oh, he's holding it.
You can't do anything to him.
So
isn't that a heavy object?
No, there's no more heavy object.
No such thing as heavier.
Oh, that's right. Yes, my brain is slow right now.
Anyone holding an object that has like a special effect like this, the effect still counts.
So he's got a 4-range bubble around him that just says, "Hey, no improved movement."
Yeah. That's a good trick. I've seen that one. I've done it a couple times to some people. It's very annoying, especially when what is it? This with Rocket Raccoon, from War of Realms, because everyone within 4 of him, it considers him adjacent. So if you can't use your improvement abilities, like you stop, like Lashina used to do.
Yep.
Now if
George went first, he would just straight up, even if the opponent had immune, he would just charge, throw the Daredevil right at them, even before they get to do anything whatsoever. And they're just like, what the heck? What do I do?
Those people off, gets them on their back foot right away, because they're like, what's happening?
Web, though?
Good super sense roll out.
There's a lot of super senses on this team. And
what does Madam Web do?
All right.
Oh, dude, she's bae. She's so good. So Rally 6, super senses. When a friendly character uses super senses, instead of rolling the d6, you may remove one of the rally dice and use it as a result.
Oh, so she could force a super sense is what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at this team, like
she got robbed too.
So Daredevil has, Daredevil has traded super senses.
Mm-hmm.
If you scroll up, put Bucky's arm on Ghost Rider, which gives him super senses. Arachnite has, of course, super senses. Mephisto has super senses.
Yeah.
There's most of the team has super senses. So
and this was 300 points this event or 400 points?
This is 400.
Okay.
George had some really great tricks, and I think definitely stuff I've been trying to figure out how to adapt into a 300-point game.
I like the team. A lot of good little tricks. Like I'm happy he got to use Madam Web. Like she's been on my radar, but there's still a lot of poison out there. It's rough.
There is. I do have one more question about this team. Why Blackheart over Kazar? They both do something very similar.
Blackheart is amazing, and I have to give kudos to Anthony, who really I think was the one who really saw this in our event a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
But Blackheart is unparalleled, and it's funny. He just looks like such a chump. He looks like such an easy 50 points, but he is so hard to take down. And his movement, his movement, his positioning, his repositioning of people on your team is the best in the game. He is. You don't need TK anymore. You have Blackheart.
That's what I'm asking. Why Blackheart over Kazar? Because they both do the same thing almost. Just
because a free place is way better. A free place of 3 characters is way better than a costed action to move 2.
That's the answer I was looking for then.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't cost anything to do it because his is free.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's also just an immediate move. See, there's no breakaway.
Yeah, it's a place.
It's a place. Sorry.
Oh. So he goes through walls. He goes through whatever he needs to, right? Well, he has to see. No, right? No, it's just within.
Nope, doesn't have to see at all.
He's got a poof on the fire marker, if I remember correctly. That's the only thing.
Hindering terrain.
Yeah, it's within his range. He can create his own hindering terrain marker, so he can go anywhere he wants, and you can bump up that range too, so it can be up to 8.
Very cool. The reason why I'm asking this is because I also heard there was a rumor that there was a sealed event down at Champion Clicks where 3 teams during the sealed only didn't get Blackheart, and someone decided to ask about that. Man, it really sucks for those 3 people that didn't get it.
Yeah, he was definitely the one that I think. I was looking for Chthon. I still think Chthon is probably the best piece that you could pull. Blackheart certainly helped. I was the lucky one who got to play Blackheart on our team. So just I guess before we jump into this, let me come back to this. The second day was 300 modern. George and I were pretty wiped out from that day, and we both struggled. We had some bad dice at some critical moments, and we ended up going 2-2 before we dropped out. But we were very happy because I think we needed a rest after the first day. We were so tired, and definitely helped because then when we charged into the third day for the 3v3, we were ready to go again. Going back to, let's look at a couple of the teams in the 300 modern. The winner was Alex Mader. I believe he's our national champ.
I think he is too.
Yeah, and he won the national championship with Prime Spidey, and took that, readapted that team, and came to the Champion Clicks to win it. There were a few people who played the Venom Thanos, which was a really interesting way to change it up. Definitely gives those symbiote teams a lot of extra help.
Well, what does he do? I've never seen him actually played.
Actually, I was looking at the team and I really like it. So he's leadership. Mind you, he's got a stop click all for 50 points. And free. Choose one to use until your next turn. Phasing, close combat expert, mind control, probability control, shape change, or steal energy. If Venom Thanos succeeded with leadership this turn, he has friendly characters with the symbiote or monster keyword within range can use the chosen power.
So all of a sudden
he makes Carnage Silver Surfer better?
Yes. Yeah. So then Carnage Silver Surfer
makes Spider-Man better.
Your whole team of symbiotes are now running around with prob control for a turn.
Lovely.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, dude, that's wild. Very cool. I'm happy that it was a symbiote theme team. I think that's awesome. I definitely believe the Porters helped out in that situation. Yeah, cool. Hell Cycle. I was trying to figure out what he was on here for. What do you think he gave Thanos?
Probably how fast is Thanos? Because if he's slow, the leap climb +2 is worth it.
He's got like 10 charge.
Yes, the hypersonic.
And it's the hypersonic.
Keep up with the
Hyper.
team. That'd be my guess.
Plus it's also speed bump. Why not, right?
Yeah, so it's 11 hyper. That's pretty good.
To give him protection from range. So
cool. We had a Dark Defenders. Let's look at this one coming in second place. Man, you know what would make this team look a little better? The order ATA.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. My boy out there doesn't abuse that ATA. I'll defend him for that.
You just drop Iron Fist and like you get the order ATA on here, and this team's like solid. All right, so we got the Hulk, Motorcycle Sidestep, obviously, Carnage Surfer, Arachnite Soul Sword, Ghost Rider, Bucky Arm seems to be a popular combo in Modern.
Yep.
Effectively the same thing.
Bucky Arm on anybody seems to be a very popular combo.
Well, yeah.
It's like the new cloak.
Mm-hmm.
5 points, right? CCE?
And
power,
and Super Senses on a 6.
So, like, if you look at what the Power Gem gives you for 10, you're not getting the +1 damage, right? That seems fair.
Now, we should note there was a ruling since we last talked. So it's Ghost Rider in particular it was ruled that if Ghost Rider or adjacent characters are pulse waved, they can only use the powers that are printed on their dial. They're not allowed to use abilities, which include team abilities or effect abilities from equipment or traits. So pulse wave would actually turn off the super senses from Bucky's arm.
So let me make sure I understand this correct and to help out our listeners too. If I have a white power on my on my base that gives me multiple powers, that's still okay.
Correct.
Yes.
But a trait that gives me super senses or the Spider-Man team ability, that's turned off.
Correct. So Arachnite would still be able to be pulse waved and not get his super senses.
It sounds like it's a good way to get around Spider-Man people.
So this actually came up at my event at the Invitational, and someone's like, do you get traits and team abilities? I was like, no, it just says powers. Like, I read the card and I was like, it says powers. So
yeah,
because they were asking about like some, I think it was either mystics or something, or like they were getting something from a trait, like you said. I was like, no, it just says powers. So
I might have played that wrong. It was not. I didn't catch that. I played a lot of Ghost Rider recently, and I didn't. it didn't occur to me that you wouldn't continue to get the powers that are given to you through these. But having looked more carefully at it, I think it is the right ruling.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until someone asked, and I was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm glad they clarified it because it wasn't very obvious. A lot of people were playing it wrong, so wouldn't be the first time. I guarantee you won't be the last.
Mm-hmm.
The other that I did want to, I think we should look at really briefly, which is really cool, is team number 5.
Yes, Josafa. Yes, Shaggy's. I love it.
Yeah,
was he doing the max out the the card to get all extra points?
Yeah, he was really quickly maxing out the card. So he's playing a detective theme, and his big point character on his team is Hawkeye, who has just tremendous mobility. But what I love about it, he's playing 2 of these Shaggies, and I think that's what you should bring up, because nobody's thinking about Chase Shaggy.
Yeah,
so where he really sings is this attack or his speed power. Scroll down a little bit more, Jeff.
Oh, I know what he does. This guy's my dude. I played him.
All right, so Jeff,
I've been successful with him.
Yes, but charge when Shaggy uses it and hits if a hit character has monster or mystical, which is like everything. After resolutions, he can use flurry as free, and otherwise, after resolutions, he may make an attack. So he is your monster killer. Playing 2 of them, I thought was pretty clever.
It is good. Not to give away all my secrets, but I like Daphne because if you play both of them, he gives you the bump to damage. She gives you the bump to attack. She also gets a free attack against anyone with a monster or mystical keyword.
And she has prob. And
yeah, dude. My detective team is scary. Like it hits so hard.
Cool.
All right. So I like it.
Good Joe actually went. I think he went 5-0 before the top cut, and was just crushing people. Like,
dude, I love
constant 300. He had so many points. He was easily the first seed, and
nice.
I would not be surprised if this team here gets better once the Sherlock stuff comes out. There's a lot of detectives in that.
Yeah, I like the World's Finest getting used. A lot of good calls on this team. I like it. Commissioner Gordon Legacy, solid, right? It's all very good. All very good. And the trick with this one right here, so the search for a Mutt's tomb, right? Whenever blocking gets destroyed, what does Shaggy destroy when he moves?
Yeah, he does. And remember, Shaggy can do 2 a turn because he has the charge for the 1, and then he gets a second time with his sidestep.
Yeah.
But like all you have to do is just he ignores characters. So all you have to do is just sidestep away, break something, and then he gets +1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Busted. Yeah, he hits hard. He hits
very nice.
Hard. All right. Any other cool teams you wanted to point out? Isaac I know was not
notable
playing.
for not playing any Scott Porters.
Yeah, good for him.
Snuck in Accordion Thunderer for the free ring. Otherwise, it's just it's kind of your smorgasbord of
good stuff.
Meta stuff.
No, the points work out pretty well. I like it. He left Carnage Surfer blank, so if he runs into Killmonger, he's got an answer. Dude, that's really good. I like it. Yeah, again, Ghost Rider Bucky arm. Look at that. Alrighty, cool. Well, I'm glad that was enjoyable, and that was day 2. You said
that was day 2. So then day 3 was the 3v3. Wheels of Vengeance was the set. Everybody got each of the teams got a brick. I think it's wild. Preparing for this. Everybody's praying that they pull Chthon, Blackheart, or those kind of pieces. Our brick was actually, it was okay, I will say. We got both super rare Ghost Riders. We did get Blackheart Orb, and then what do we have? Ghost Panther 2099. We got Prime Sasquatch. We got Wolverine Chase. So my team was pretty disgusting. I took those 2 super rare Ghost Riders, the Blackheart and the Orb, and put on the rare Ghost Rider.
Oh, jeez.
and I might have had one of the best teams in the whole field for the day. I managed to take down a Chthon, although I will say that it probably was, dice rolls definitely had something to do with it.
Fuck. Dude, that's hard work. I don't think I've seen Chthon lose in sealed.
It was just an amazing team. Besides having like 2 prop controls, leadership, and and not being able to have my powers outwitted, having Blackheart's mobility. On top of that, Ghost Rider, the Alejandra Ghost Rider has the trait that when she dies, she goes on her card, and if another Ghost Rider gets KO'd, she comes back on the board at full points.
She got you from below is, I think, what the trait is.
Yeah. So the team was great. Nice. Matt Esbrook played. He had Wolverine and Prime Sasquatch. Those 2 worked really well together. I think he rounded that out with Elektra, and then we get George Dracula. And I going into it, I'm like, Dracula is a put it back in the box type of piece. It's a do not play. But George made it work, and
kudos to him. Like,
he knows how to polish a turd. It's what that's called.
He ended up taking like 4th place. In fact, it's funny. I was actually starting to freak out because I thought we were going to go into the finals and I was going to miss my flight.
Oh, jeez.
So when we ended up losing, it actually kind of worked out perfect, and I was able to very quickly snag an Uber and get to the airport.
Oh my gosh!
Wise man once said, "Make your plans better next time."
Yeah,
dude, I would have been so stressed. Like, I would not have.
I was a bit stressed. Yeah, but our team was pretty good. A few other people that were playing with, Emily and Matt Ventura, they managed to get the Capwolf, Chthon, Brick. They were crushing people.
Jeez, Capwolf. Yeah, and if you have the werewolves in there,
managed to get defeated by the 4 points crew in the finals, who did manage to win the day. So
nice.
It was very close, but it was a blast. Looking forward to the next.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I have to convince my wife to go to Disneyland, I guess, while I play Heroclix.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could manage that. I know how much she likes Disney World.
It's true, but I want to go too, though. See, then it'll just turn into like a very long vacation in like the middle of all that work. We'll see. We'll see what we can make work. It sounds like a lot of fun, though. I like the apples and oranges. Like, that was fun because I played in a 2v2 with Yapoko, and that was a lot of fun. That was back in the good old Thanos wasn't eroded yet.
Oh, you mean pre Lorcana days, right?
Yeah, pre Lorcana days. But yeah, and Thanos didn't have all those erratas. That was fun. It was a good team.
I do want to show off one last thing.
I know what it is.
It's actually not my trophy. It's a different trophy. So Aaron and Jonathan Virgilio and the Giant Reach guys gave me a special honor for HC units, which was a tremendous honor. And this trophy is just beautiful. They did such an amazing job with it.
Dude, that is.
And this may have actually been the most prized thing that I walked home with the weekend for.
Oh, dude, hell yeah!
That's cool.
For that, it was really nice.
Like, not to toot your own horn or anything, but like what you've done for the community with HC units has like definitely changed the game, like to a whole nother level. It brought it. I don't want to say out of the Stone Age, but like from what we had before to what we have now.
Dark Ages, buddy. We came out of the Dark Ages, okay?
No,
it was the printing press.
It was before the Dark Ages. No, we were in the Stone Age. Like, it was rough. Like, I go back and I look sometimes and I'm just like, man, how did I reuse this?
How do people still use realms, Roland? All right,
it's rough.
Roland's so good he needs a handicap.
He's just handicapped normal. Oh wait, I didn't say that out loud, did I? Crap.
Hopefully Roland doesn't listen.
I don't know if he. Oh crap, he does now because he goes on walks because he's healthier. Enjoy the laugh, buddy.
Hey, nothing wrong with trying to get healthier. If anything, it'll just raise his blood pressure a little more, and it'll get the heart rate going.
Yes.
All right. Well, cool. Very nice Champion Clicks event. Thank you for retelling of your glorious time there.
Can I say one more thing too?
No,
Sorry,
of course.
The guys from Dial H for Heroclix podcast, they did an amazing job of running like support for the event. The live streams, the commentary. They did a bunch of giveaways, like even the stuff that they did afterwards, like the little character cards for the players who placed top in the event.
Very Miami Vice.
Tremendous effort, and so they really made the event just a pleasure to watch even from home. So big shout out to them.
Very cool. Yes, they do that top-notch work. All righty.
Thanks for calling us out, Clay, for the things we don't do. Now you're on task for doing that. Okay,
well,
congratulations.
They give us something to aspire to.
If I need more time in the day.
Yeah.
It sounds like Clay's got plenty of time.
I was gonna say, like, oh, I think you got some free time there, sir.
My time goes to HC units.
It doesn't take that much time, does it? I feel like it's pretty much done.
You're a master of spreadsheets. You got the time. Figure it out.
It's done until they add new units, and then I spend half my day adding all the new stuff. But we'll get to that next episode.
That's next episode.
Right.
Let's get things a little bronze. So we have updated our ban list. You're gonna see the article come out or some little write up on it, but I'll give you guys the brief rundown of it. We are adding 2 figures and then making some changes and some things that other people have too. So we are adding back Black Swan. She went off when knockback damage wasn't a thing, and she needed to go back on because knockback damage is a thing now. Basically, with being able to remove the terrain and dropping the figures underneath and the combo, she will end up with the last figure on your map turn 1 with everything else dead besides her. So
can I ask a question about that, Jeff?
Yeah.
So looking at her power, it does say, unless this click is revealed due to taking damage from an opposing character, immediately deal her 1 unavoidable damage. So
is that the stop?
That's the stop click, yeah. Or it's not even a stop click. That's just the last power that she has, the defense power.
Oh, you know why? Because Leech is there when she gets that power, but then dies. I think that's how the combo works. Let me see.
So she's like it's kind of pulled out and underneath her constantly, the piece of terrain.
Mm-hmm.
But when she gets dropped into her square, Leech is next to her, so she has no powers. Then Leech probably just walks away.
But that's not from an opposing character, though. That's what I'm saying. Is it specifically says from an opposing character?
Yeah, but she's already been put on the click when the effect should go off, but she has no power there, so it's non-existent. So the trigger window is not.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Not there anymore.
Oh, the whole power is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when it comes back,
so
she's taking damage.
It's a combination of Gorilla Grods, Clairfin, Leech, all doing the dropping, KOing, stuff like that.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, for sure. Craig did a write-up of it. We'll get the article and the thing up. I just wanted to give the rundown of it real fast. And then the second edition is the Riddler, the Legacy Riddler, because it combos with the new Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord, giving you the check, or giving all your little bystander friends perplex and just being able to create a bunch of different things. And then if you have the Riddler out, you can gain all those mission points, especially with Queen of Wands out. It increases the chance, so it's just very easy to get all of those mission points very quickly.
But you're saying I can't drop a Mary Jane and drop all those paparazzis to do free perplex that doesn't do anything to win on turn 1?
Yeah. A little abusive. Again, Craig did a great write-up on it. We'll get that up. You guys will see it. And because of the changes to Silver Age that WizKids made to Jakeem and Goblin King, they're going to go back to their former selves. So they gave Jakeem his. Is your child awake, Clay? I don't have that screen up. Can I say bad things?
Yeah, children are asleep.
Okay, they gave Jakeem his tip and a little bit more back because they took it away, and Goblin King got his power cosmic at the lower dials. He still only gets to pick powers once, not on both turns.
So are they on the ban list, or are
No.
they just reverted to the previous state?
They just reverted. Their radas are unerrated.
Wait, so clarify what you just said about Goblin King. He doesn't get to pick both turns.
So originally, Goblin King was like, you get to pick powers on your turn, and then you get to pick powers on your opponent's turn.
I thought it was no. I think it was that it's a free to pick 2 powers until you pick again.
Yeah, that's what they changed it to. But originally, it was like 2 powers on your turn and 2 powers on your opponent's turn, and you only had it for that turn. I thought that's what it was.
No, it was a free to keep it until you choose again. Then they changed it to be at the once per turn.
Okay, that's how you got the double powers.
And now they've gone back to pick 2 powers, free to pick 2 powers until you choose again.
Got it. Okay.
So
it says until your next turn. I thought. Was that what the errata was?
That the errata was until your next turn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, until your next turn. So that one stayed, but I think they brought back the 175. No. M75. Whatever you.
HC Units has the current, which is the original.
Give a free action. Choose standard powers. Goblin King use until you choose again. There you go. All right. Yeah. Easy peasy. So. And then he gets his power cosmic back at all his dials. Okay, so yeah, he still kind of sucks.
He's overcosted.
To see if anybody plays him. Yeah, he's not the worst thing, but the game has definitely moved on.
Like he doesn't have stomp clicks. He just gets hit really hard.
Just hit him with someone that does penetrating damage, and just wipe him off the map at 75 points, and you will take that 75. No problem.
I'm even saying at 275, like at full points, like temp pole, like OMA, like he used to be played.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, because like 75 points with two pickup powers would be the best support character in the game, and now it's your strongest attacker.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't even play him at OMA because 25 points Scott Porter with a power bomb says, "Oh, reset all your stuff. Congratulations."
Yeah.
Entirely fair. And he takes 2 clicks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Goblin King, not scary, friends.
Same thing with Jakeem.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, Jakeem. I know. I wish you know what goes on Jakeem very well?
All black.
Chthon.
Is he mystical?
He is.
Oh, it's because he's a genie, right?
Yep. Mystical. So his stats get a little better. He's always been able to take the damage and heal up. 140 points is a lot.
I can't see anybody ever playing.
And he takes up your prime slot. Ugh.
You have to realize, Jakeem was so good at the time because you couldn't outwit powers granted by traits.
Yes.
And so he effectively had,
unoutwittable pickup power.
Unoutwittable pickup power. And I think that's both. So and taking up your prime slot. I mean, I just don't see him being played.
BBW friends, JSA theme team. Let's go. Bring back old Green Lanterns. Set up some walls that are, just going to get blown up or taken down by.
It's still a good piece.
Destroy and blow.
Oh yeah, that flash. I like it. All right. So we have upcoming on February 17th, 300, our first ICQ away from the Invitational this year. It's going to be at Majestix So Cal in Santa Ana. 300 Bronze Age as always. So yeah, start practicing, getting ready. Be aware of the new ban list. I don't think anyone was playing any of those besides Craig Landers in the first place.
We love you, Craig. You're a weirdo.
100%, dude. Craig's the man. But yeah, he's the only one playing Black Swan. Yeah. Do you guys have anything else to add? Next week we'll get into some new set that's supposed to drop sometime in March because it got delayed like hardcore. Like it was supposed to be February, right? Or January?
To my recollection, I believe Next Phase was supposed to come out it was supposed to be starting pre-releases. I think the third week of January or last week of January, something like that. Mm-hmm. And the set was supposed to come out the first or second week of February. Well, oops, we missed those dates.
It's WizKids. It happens.
We're getting close, though. We're seeing, most or a good 2/3 of the set has been spoiled at this point.
That's a lot.
But be prepared for a very expensive March, everyone, because we have a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Because it's we have Kong coming out very soon.
Mm-hmm.
We have the other iconics for Moriarty and Sherlock and all those fun things. Then we have Next Phase with all its goodies coming out. The Ice and Token Pack, the Play at Home kit. You got to win those release day figures, the set itself. Then in addition, I think that also starts the...
Oh, and they have Chase booster sets.
The champion store box for that Chase booster. Yep, heard there's going to be some sweet items in there.
Yeah, good thing everyone's going to file their taxes and get a bunch of money back.
Well, if you ever get money back, I mean, that's not all of us. I do know I heard a little bird. I'm not going to tell who my source is, but that Chase boosters that you can get, inside of them there are objects, and they are not all the same. So if you only got one, you're not getting a whole set.
That blows.
You may want to consider getting more than one if you can.
They were limited 2 per retailer.
They were, and I hope you maxed out. And if you did not, better fix that.
Whatever they send, they send. Because who knows what other people did, and then they panic. They're like, "Oh, we need this."
Correct.
And then they allocate, and I'm like, "Well, I was on top of my shit. Why do I have to suffer?"
Very true, but just in case, if you're listening out there and you have a store, you may want to try.
Yeah, they're a little more pricey, but I think it's supposed to be like their pseudo tournament kits, right? It's not a full Chase Prime.
I think it's supposed to be a little replacement for old WKOs.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yep, and then I think the last thing we have out coming in March is Wakandan Iron Man suit or something like that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm always down. Hope it would be sick if it worked well with the other iconic ones and you could swap into it. I like.
I do not think it does.
It's bad design.
I think it's a Black Panther thing, not a Tony Stark thing.
Oh, Wakandan armor.
Yeah.
All right.
But if it does, I would love for that to happen. I think that'd be a great addition.
Yeah, if they do another Hall armor next year, I'm gonna get it. They're really fun to play. It's a good little Swiss Army for fun teams and stuff. I've taken them out. They're cool. They do
I will say this though. I wish for the near $100 retail that people have paid for it, that it did have a better display stand. The boxes are cool, but they're not connected together. And if they plan on doing more of them, I would have liked a little bit more for my money, because 5 Heroclix and some boxes, plastic boxes to make them look cool on your shelf, not really worth the $79, $89, right? I know a lot of us have been complaining out there, and WizKids, if you're listening, I'm looking at the camera directly now, which I don't do a lot, right? Get your prices under control, especially for some of those things. We're talking about that Christmas box set that was a little overpriced.
Yeah, the Guardian set was expensive, but you're getting 10, 12 minis, $10 a figure. When you think about when you go to convention, you're paying $15 a figure, sometimes $20.
Then they all got to be good convention figures, not like regular figures.
Not all convention figures are good. Not all convention figures are Pegasus caps. All right.
We have the options.
Not all Wonder Womans. Apparently, Hawkeye is really good. I'm gonna have to take another look at her and him. But Mermaid Batman, who the fuck's playing that? Right? They can't all be good.
They don't all have to be winners. but they all can't be stinkers.
That's fair.
That is my point.
There's a lot of synergy in that Guardian set. Like, they got some cool stuff. Like, I like...
Nebula's cool. I want to say Nebula's cool.
3 things I played right off the bat. Kraglin, Yondu, and the Bucky Arm. And, like, the rest, I'll sprinkle in the other things. There's a couple low point pieces that have that I'm going to play probably sooner than later.
But it was not created for your average HeroClix player. And that's the problem.
That's fair. It's definitely a higher end ticket. Like, half of a brick.
Pretty well, let's say add an extra $25 on there. It is a brick.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, you buy bricks online for 145, 150, 140 sometimes.
I thought 125, but I don't buy online, so I don't know. That's right. Yeah. Support your local brick and mortar store.
That's me.
Joe.
Very cool. All right. Well, I guess I'll do my research on some next phase during this week. Do you gents have anything else? I got to meet Ray Park. He was fucking cool. Very cool dude. Had him sign a couple pops.
I'm not looking forward to this week being in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Dude,
it's gonna be a hot mess out here.
Dude, I would go stock up, stay in your house, and like don't leave.
And it's raining all week.
Dude, just
pretty much. So I may get hit by a car just because I'm sitting in my room right now because someone can't drive.
It's wild.
It is Wild West out here, baby.
So do you think it's going to be busier than the F1 for sure?
Guaranteed.
But the traffic won't probably be as bad because they're not shutting down the strip. At least they cleaned up most of that.
The traffic across the strip will not be as bad. Traffic around town globally will be terrible because they will be doing all those small little events. So if you're coming out, congratulations. I hope you have a great time. Just pack an extra half an hour to an hour on your times to going anywhere.
Majestix Las Vegas is like a mile away from Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that thing. I don't even know when it started yet. Where is it? Pat.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. But that's something we could do. What's your predictions for the Super Bowl? Because I'm sure we'll.
Niners.
49ers.
Bang bang Niner gang.
Clay's face says I don't give a hoot.
I still am rooting for the Lions.
All right. Well, that was a couple weeks ago, buddy.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah.
I guess I
was rooting for the Lions till they played the Niners.
I guess I have to root for the 49ers.
Is it weird that I really want the 49ers to win just to see Taylor Swift cry?
That's fair.
I mean that's my goal. I mean,
she's gonna catch that jet all the way back from Japan just to see her boyfriend lose.
That's what I'm shooting for.
Alrighty, cool. It was good to get back with you guys. It's been too long, but I think we're all very tired after the event, and then you were prepping for another one, so it worked out.
Any last minute predictions on what we're gonna see? Anything new, at the event in 2 weeks?
Probably a symbiote theme team.
Would not be surprised.
Somebody some sort of symbiote theme team
using the Madam Web thing more.
Yeah, Madam Web's good. Probably maybe see some Shaggies. Shaggy's so good. Are you still on the same team, Clay? Or you workshopping it?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I need a team. I feel like
because your traits and your TAs aren't protected. You think that hurts the team that much?
No, I think I'm just getting bored.
Oh, because you don't get the Killmonger rollout either, huh?
Call up Pidgeotto.
No, you get the Killmonger rollout because that's protected pulse wave.
Yeah. You just play 4 corner surfers. Want to borrow some surfers?
Not that team. He has a new team that actually destroys that team.
Oh, okay. Is it camo?
No.
Oh. The Scarlet Witch.
Out of the 3 teams that destroy that team, there's no camo and there's no Scarlet Witch.
Oh, interesting.
And this is what happens when you hang out with Nicholas, myself, and Roland at a bar every Sunday.
Dang, I want to come hang out. It's kind of fun, though.
You should, come out one time. You'll enjoy it. The food's great.
I know that's the Blue Ox, right? You guys always go there, but we couldn't go there last time because of Ryder. God, he'll be 21 eventually.
Just next time we'll leave him with Mom, and then he won't get exposed to all of Nicholas's blasphemy.
Horrible things. Horrible things. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, until next time, friends, don't forget to practice rolling your dice.
Good night.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.